Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I am your favorite words. I am your friendly neighborhood Prax. Welcome to the channel. I have a darling friend with me tonight to be our final player in this wonderful game of Carousel Court, which will be a Southern Gothic urban fantasy game set in the city of Savannah, Georgia, spanning from 1945 to the year 2000. But hey, Lynn, would you like to introduce? Oops, I scratch my mic. Would you like to introduce yourselves to the people at home?
Hey everyone, I'm Lynn. Gremlin are pretty much everywhere. She, they, and you know what? It is now my turn to. I've watched a bunch of these houses get good luck and extremely cursed luck. But I'm curious to see what the dice will take this house. See where we go.
See where it goes all together now. Um, we are indeed going to see. But yes, Lynn will be our final player of this wonderful game that we are going to build. And we are using, for those of you just joining us, hi. This is a game where we're going to be lots of fun. And we are using the Sword Chronicle system, heavily adapted, to, excuse me, build the houses that each of these players are going to play for this setting. So are you ready to just kind of dive into it? Are you ready? All right then. So we begin as we began with every single house, whether they were player or NPC, by rolling 8d6 minus 2d6 for each of the 7 stats, which are HOA, influence, wealth, people, land, reputation, and magic. So why don't we start with that HOA rating? You are muted.
All right. Well, let's
Now you're
get this
back.
rolling. There we go. There we go. I don't know why that was muted, but yes, I will roll this HOA. Most important. Power stat 20.
20 is actually pretty good. 20 is indeed very good. Oh. So now we get to figure. So a 20 in HOA gives you a starting HOA of the house is a little well loved, but that just adds character.
Well,
And
we'll
then
see. I mean,
influence. Yeah,
well,
well,
events will take it where it must. 24.
24. 24 is very good.
Ah,
24 in influence is you know some folks, but you aren't a member of the club.
all
Yeah.
right. Not bad. Again, this next one is wealth. Wealth. Let's see. Well, that's the wrong. That is the wrong. There we go. That is the right. 28.
Oof, that's a lot of money to start off with. That's some good money right there. Um, Wealth at a
Oh,
28, you're lower middle class, you have a savings account, and there's even some money in it depending on the month. That's actually a really good roll.
that's surprising.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Now, what's your reputation? Right?
Oh,
No, land.
yeah.
People, then land.
People. It's like right. There we go. People.
Who need people?
22.
22. Okay. Okay. Feeling pretty good. 22. You people is your spouse, your 2.5 kids, your parents and in-laws, and your unwed siblings. They have a little bit of an extended family. You know.
Nice.
And then land.
Ah, land.
21. 21 puts you at you own your house and some land in the country, keeping an eye on that balloon payment at all times.
Oh, it's right on the edge of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Right on the edge. All right. And
There we go.
reputation. 17. 17 reputation. Bless their hearts. Your family's historical scandals still influence opinions, but your attempts to overcome have been noticed. You
Nice.
know. And then finally, magic.
Magic.
How much magic does your family have? What is it?
Oh, jeez.
Well, shit. 35 is the answer. Y'all be
Yeah.
magical as fuck.
Yeah.
So a 35 starting is an established family with a steady small well of magic. That's yeah. You're good. That was actually a really good roll.
That was a really good, surprising. Interesting. That's an interesting place to start off.
It's an interesting place to start off.
It's a lot of everything's kind of around the same area except for the magic.
Well, and then that wealth is also at 20. I mean, it's in the same tier, but it's that 28 is numerically high.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we go ahead and roll those 7 bonus die now? So we have them, and then we can allot them at the end.
What was the roll for that one?
76 / R76.
Ah.
Okay. I just need you to read them off for me.
We have a 5.
Yep.
A 1.
Mm-hmm.
A 5.
Mm-hmm.
A 1.
Mm-hmm.
A 6.
Mm-hmm.
A 3 and a 2.
Okay. So we have our bonus die, we have our starting die. And now we need to see the influence of history upon this family. How much history is going to affect this? It will be 3d6 plus 1 is the roll we need. Nine. Here we go. A relatively short history, but that's okay. There you go. Starting back in 1820.
All right.
So I'm just gonna. All right. So 1820 in Savannah for the Savannah Fire, caused by a horse kicking something over in a livery stable, and then fire spreading in the dry out to a couple magazine and armories and lighting off gunpowder and just making a big old mess down there. But we need to roll 3d6. What kind of historical event do we start off with? What's your over under, everybody?
Let's see what starts us out. Curious. 9.
9 is favor.
Oh.
That's good. That is a positives effect. 1d positive 1d6 to HOA influence land and reputation. So 4d6 total.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh, I put that in the wrong place.
No, it's / R. You just flip flop.
Yeah, I did the wrong. Wrong one. Okay. First one is 5.
Then 3, 5, then 5. Oof, those are some nice jumps.
Those are pretty good.
Those are some pretty good jumps right there.
Yeah.
All right.
See, that was 1 away from Doom, so that's fine. That was.
Yeah, it wasn't Doom.
Really close.
You know, we'll just see what happens. You know.
See what happens. Yes.
We'll see what happens. 3d6.
3d6. All right. Let's see.
Another 9.
Another 9.
More
Oh my
favor during the Civil War in 1861. All right, 4 more
1861.
d6.
Oh, okay. Jeez.
If you push the up arrow key in the chat box
Hmm.
twice, it'll
Oh, okay.
scroll
Oh,
through your
oh,
rolls.
that's so good.
Yeah, it makes it a lot
Till
easier.
now, I've used you so much. I have no idea. That's so good. All right.
Yep. What do we got?
4, 5, 5, and 1. Let's just pop out that
Cool.
spreadsheet.
Yeah. It that is one of the easy, like, I found that out and made dealing with things like Witcher so much easier. Like, oh wait, I have to repeat the same roll. Click.
Same roll, yeah.
All right. 1864. William Tecumseh Sherman comes his way, burning through Georgia. As they say. 3d6. How'd the family do with the not burning as the city of Savannah?
There we go.
Oh, look. There we are. Here's our doom for the evening, everybody.
Yeah.
That is minus 2d6 to every
That's
stat.
a lot of dice to let him.
Yeah, I would just roll.
What is it, like 6?
Well, no, just do it as 2d6 and then do it 7 times. Because you need the totals.
Oh, yeah, root 2d6 7 times, yes. All right. First one is -7.
Oof.
-8.
Yep.
Oh, this is 6.
Minus 6.
-5.
Yep.
-8.
Oof.
How many do we have?
2 more left.
2 more, okay. -8.
Yep.
And -3.
So the magic did not take as big a hit
Magic-
as
the magic
everything
did not.
else.
Everything else took a big hit, but the magic stayed.
1893.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting.
What do we get for 1893?
11.
An 11 is an infrastructure. Yes. So roll 2d6 and just give me those.
That's one we keep for later, right?
Mhm.
6 and a 6.
Ooh, that'll be good. 6.
Interesting.
6. Interesting. All right. 1914 to 1918,
Oh,
World
boy.
War One.
Oh boy.
How we gonna do? 13. 13 is another fun one.
Oh,
13 is the eccentric ruler.
Okay. Should I just do 2d6 and we'll just
No,
take off?
it's let me.
I mean, and then take off the 6.
Here,
Correct.
let me just write you what it is.
Okay, thanks.
There you go.
Thank you. Oh, there we go. 6.
You're gonna need to roll that 7 times.
Yeah. Let's see.
Let's see how that eccentric ruler helped your family in World War One.
That's an interesting point for capricious ruler.
Yeah. What do we get? Ooh, a positive 7. Well, no.
Okay. Wait,
No.
did I do it wrong? I did that wrong. Wait, no,
Yeah.
it did. Okay, I did that wrong.
Yeah, you
Why'd
just
you not
copy and paste
Why
it.
did I did? Why'd you?
You just. Well, I mean,
There
we
we
can
go.
just take
Okay.
that math off of it. It's easy.
There we go.
It's a positive 1
Okay.
because it's.
Okay, I think I got the thing right now. There you go.
Yep.
All right, so positive 1.
Mhm.
-1.
Okay.
That's the influence 1.
No, well, yeah, that's influence. Now we're on to wealth.
Wealth.
Negative
-1.
1. People who need people.
Yeah. -3.
We have not had
This capricious ruler maybe did not do.
some great things for this family.
Yeah. I mean the time -2. Land.
Yeah. Reputation.
Oh God, please, super low. Just there we go. -2.
Okay, so it brought your reputation up. That's a good thing.
Oh,
And
oh no,
-2?
-2.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said +2.
Oh no, negative.
And then magic.
3.
The magic went up though.
It wants the magic. The magic refuses to
The magic refuses you
leave. It doesn't
to
want,
leave.
despite everything else that this. I just pretty sure this ruler did not make good choices in this.
Well, you got a little bit of a power boost and some magic
Yeah,
out
a
of it,
little bit.
but
Ooh, I think that's interesting. Cool.
excuse me.
Oh, that's cool.
So what do we get? We get 1928 in the stock market crash.
28. No, we're still in
3d6.
12.
12. 12 is
That's fair.
invasion or revolt.
That works really well.
Yeah, welcome to the welcome to the depression. So this is -1d6.
I'll do just a d6 a bunch.
Yeah, do 3d6 because it's -1d6 to HOA, wealth, and people, and then -2d6 to reputation.
Right. Okay, so it's -5 for
okay.
HOA.
Yep.
-4 for wealth.
Yep.
And -6 for people. Got it.
You lost a whole bunch of your family right there.
Yeah.
And then -2d6 to reputation.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. 6.
6 -6 to your reputation.
Bad things happen in the time when bad things happen.
Yep. And then last we have World War II, 1941 to 1945. God.
9.
9 is favor.
Oh,
started
boy.
with favor, end with favor.
Yeah.
So 46.
Okay, so first, to do favor, HOA is 2.
Mm-hmm.
Influence is 2.
Mm-hmm.
Land is 3, and reputation is 4.
Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad.
So we lost a ton of people in the last
Doom
couple rolls.
That Doom hit y'all hard.
That Doom, I mean the Doom, I think interesting time to hit a Doom. Interesting time to hit the bad rolls.
Yep. So what do you want to do with that infrastructure?
Where are we at?
So you're at a 20 for HOA, a 21 for influence, a 21 for wealth, an 8 for people, 24 for land, an 11 for reputation, and a 35 for magic. Your magic really didn't have that.
Yeah, the magic
wasn't really
touched. What was the magic one again?
35.
35.
And you can it goes up at every one space. So
okay.
1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, etc.
Okay.
So if you put a 6 in magic, one of those infrastructure 6s in magic, it would take that 35 to a 41.
You know what, let's do that. Let's get one real big, and then
and then what else do you want to invest in?
Family. I think it's gonna be 1.
Okay. Put that other one in people?
Yeah. Or
that other 6 in people?
Yeah.
All right. That puts you at 14.
Okay.
So now you've got your bonus die to a lot. Anything you put in HOA is going to push you over. And that really is the only one that you can change.
Okay.
But again, investing in um, anything that will be the only one that will put you over in a stat tier. But
Hmm.
um, anything that you want to invest in, remember that you can buy um, stats for.
Hmm.
Um, so you'll invest the numerical value in certain things. So um, depends what you want to do with it.
Okay. Mm. Oh, can you read me out those numbers again? Sorry.
You've got a 5-1-5-1.
Oh no, for the
Oh,
where I'm at with the house. Yeah,
20,
I found.
21, 21, 14, 24, 11, and 41.
41. Okay. All right. And then sorry, the numbers for the bonus ones. My brain is it's like all over the
Oh,
place
here,
today.
did I
Sorry.
not share the document with you?
I don't.
Here, let me just make it easier so you can see it. There you go.
Wait. Oh, there it is. There we go. Thank you.
You're welcome. Make life a little bit easier.
Oh, yep. Sorry, I just sent the request access. So
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes. It's weird.
5355. All right. Let's see.
Shouldn't have needed to request access, but okay. Google Doc is
Okay.
being weird.
All right. Thank you. All right. Let's see. We're on the. Yeah, I think HOA is just gonna. We'll put one of the fives there just to.
To bump it up.
Yeah. So 5, 3, 5, 5.
You should have editor permissions on this too.
Oh yes. Thanks. Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
good. Making sure because it shouldn't have asked you for, access,
Sometimes
so.
it's. Application.
You just have a relatively small, nuclear family at the moment.
I will put the other 5 in influence and reputation. Right. And then the 3 is we'll put that in let's get wealth. Let's just put that and make that a 24. All right, it's pretty good. That's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all. You're sitting at a 25 in HOA, which is the house is well kept, but the garden is nothing to write home about. Um, 26 in influence, which is some folks, but you aren't a member of the club, which is basically where you started. A little bit higher. Wealth is a 24, which is lower middle class. You have a savings account, and there's even some money in it, depending on the month. And then 14 for people is a nuclear family. And land, or well, no, you still have a couple die to a lot.
Do I?
Yeah.
5, 3, 5. 5.
Yeah, but you have 2 5s, a 1. Well, you only, why do you have 3 5s here? It should only
Oh,
be
so it's wasted 2 5s. Oh, 1. It's just
2 5s, 2 1s, a 6, a 3, and a 2.
a 6 and a 3 and 2.
So, like I said, it doesn't really end up mattering.
Let's just get that magic up there, just
Yeah,
for the hell of it.
yeah.
There we
So,
go.
and then people is at 15, still a nuclear family. Land at a 25 is you own your house and some land in the country, keeping an eye on that balloon payment at all times. Uh, reputation at a 14 is bless their hearts, your family's historical scandals still influence opinions, but your attempts to overcome have been noticed. And then a 47 in magic is your family's magic is large enough to support a few other folks around town. You are a magical family.
Nice.
So,
Oh yeah.
now, the fun begins.
Yes.
Well, the narrative fun begins. We did all the math. Um, so first things first, we have to figure out when in this family's history do y'all come to Georgia and Savannah?
I think this family's going to be this current family that we'll be playing will this will be the first generation in Savannah.
Okay, so 1945 is what we're saying.
Yes, yeah.
So
Yeah.
the family, it's one of those the family moves after the war kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we know, well, where is the family from before they come to Savannah?
Korea.
Korea. Interesting. I like it. I like it. Family originates in Korea. Now, one of the things I did say is that there were, I tried to, we need to figure out what type of being this family is. And one of the things I put in the lore doc, which is this one here, that certain beings are limited to certain ethnic traditions, but some exist among all ethnic groups, but might be called different things by different people. All peoples have some type of were animal, but they differ among the different cultures, right? So, like, there's some terminology that I specifically used for specific groupings, but for the most part, the assumption is that there might be ethnic or cultural supernatural creatures that I personally don't necessarily know, but all fall into the same general understanding of the 5 groups that I picked, right? Like Fae, Celestials, Greater Undead, Shifters, or Magicals, right?
Yeah.
So what kind of...
Oh.
Do we know the general grouping, or are we going to try and find out more as we tell the story? Before we
I think
determine?
general grouping, I think it feels more celestial, I think.
Okay.
But I think it's celestial in origin, but it kind of feels like in practice more in the magical thing.
Okay. So, okay, that makes sense. So, we'll figure it out. The different, you know. These are all just generic terminology that I haven't figured out any stats for. But if you have a specific, like, Korean supernatural or magical group or identity that you think we should consider, then we will definitely talk about it, because I acknowledge my understanding of traditional Korean mythology or supernatural. I'm
Hmm.
understanding that there's still practitioners of certain religions in Korea.
Yeah.
Um, and I am not
Um,
in any way, shape, or form just
my general idea was that the one of the half of the starting off this family was like, there's that line between like demon, but it's not like purely like evil. It's kind of like
so.
force of nature, so those things that like,
Okay, so are we talking the Greek terminology of Eodaemon, Eodaemon, which are supernatural beings that we call demons, but are actually agents of either chaos or good, depending on what they choose in that moment? Or are we talking more the traditional, closer to like Japan? Well, again, closer to Japanese understanding of things like the yokai and the animated spirits of various other planes of existence.
more along the it would probably be more along the like more along that kind of yokai
Okay.
bent.
Okay. So 1820,
Hmm.
a family rises to eminence and gains favor. And again, we can tweak these dates if we need to, based on historical events, because the dates were chosen, again, for those of you who haven't watched all of the other ones of these, you get you can check them all out on YouTube.
Ah, yeah, Kulturic I think has that. I think that what I was thinking about, it was on the
Yeah.
Dokbi. Dokbi is probably more along the lines like Korean Goblin.
Oh yeah. That's actually a good. By the way, side note. That's a really great series. If you haven't watched Goblin, go watch Goblin and then feel emotions and then come back. Feel lots of emotions. Sorry. Um. But okay. So
Kulturic I can't do. Yeah, that was I think the thing why I brought up with Prax was I can't do Nine-Tailed Fox again.
nope.
I already do it in Cyan for what was it, like 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No nine-tailed foxes.
Oh no, Nine-Tailed Fox. As I love them, but going from Nine-Tailed Fox into Nine-Tailed Fox.
So in this case, then, um, 1820 or thereabouts, who in this family gains favor, and what do they do to gain that favor?
Ah. I think that if this is favor, I think this is one of the situations where they've had that union and it ended up that they gained more understanding of magic. Like they kind of went in as a healer and kind of came back more practiced and more magical means.
Okay, because you don't really get a boost in magic. I mean, like you can understand
Yeah.
because you, but you basically what you get to get
But
is
but I
yeah.
think it's gonna be like they um parlayed that into a position, like a court position of some sort,
Okay, so what was
or
happening?
prominence. Like they got kind of like up like
What's going on?
notoriety and favor. I think with a court, probably like a
What's going on in 1820 in Korea?
it's
It's the
like latter
Joseon.
Joseon, yeah,
So
1880. This is yeah, this is post island, but pre force opening, I think.
yeah, I mean the Dutch.
The Dutch, yeah, the Dutch got there. They trading, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it's not until really 1864
yeah,
it's the forced opening.
yeah.
Um
It's it's like the latter or before the real like colonial kind of like power start kind of
Mm-hmm.
getting real involved in because after that it's the Japanese open up the ports and then
Mm-hmm.
the like the occupation. But I think this is maybe like a fortuitous time because it's still like
Yeah. Because of course, like Wikipedia gives you like a timeline of Korea, but not like an actual
yeah,
year by
it's
year.
year by year it's big events and that the time that we kind of picked is kind of like in between. There's like a 50 year 60 there's like a 60 year
There's a 60-year gap of between
gap.
things that are going
Yeah.
on. Okay, so I would assume like so it's in gains favor with the king or emperor. The king no, king of Korea. King the
Hmm.
Joseon king.
Hmm.
Um I guess let's um
Sixty.
there's more than one way to get information.
Yeah,
Um
I'm looking at the
I can just pull up records. So gonna fail at pronouncing this. So a this individual, uh, Wang Haigun, is king at the time. He will die in 1823, but he is
mhm.
um uh oh, he's one of the interesting. Do we want to shift it to 1823 instead?
That's fine. I think yeah, that's more than
Because he's deposed in a coup by the Western factions, and he's one of only two deposed kings who were not restored and given a temple name.
hmm that would
So,
make sense. Yeah.
so I think then. Oh no, that's 1623, not 1823. No, he's not the guy I want. We need 1823, not 1620. 1820.
Yeah, I'm looking at the
1820 is Sunjo. Sunjo. Here we go. Much better. I can read numbers, y'all. Um,
there we go. Yeah, I found it. Yes.
apparently, King Sunjo has the second longest posthumous name for an emperor of Korea. That's that's a very long name.
Yeah.
It
A
doesn't.
lot of revolt. Yeah, it's not particularly
Yeah,
stable rule nor like effective rule. It seems like due to yeah
yeah. He kept trying to
reforms that just didn't go anywhere
yeah, because his
or were
stepmother.
like yeah
So how? Yeah, so probably just part of gained favor with. Oh, look, various riots broke out among the people, including the revolt in 1812.
it's a bunch.
Yeah, so like
I don't think that's gonna stop. during the time. I think he did.
So he gains favor. The family gains favor with the king.
Hmm.
In what manner? What who is it, and how do they gain favor with the king or the
Oh,
emperor? Whatever their title is. I want to make sure I use it correctly.
hmm. I think I do want it to be like in the way of like a scholar sort of situation,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe someone that's willing to advise, maybe um to use some of the newly kind of like learned acquired in their magic, kind of like push things along, or I, like
Okay, so I'm going to use the term because it's the term I know and it's only in Japanese, but I do know it's a group that's a type of magic that's used throughout Japan, China, and Korea that
mhm,
are part of the Confucian or Buddhist
yeah,
practitioners of the onmyoji and
yes.
the paper talisman writing kind of use of magic. Um, is this individual, is it that kind of individual, or is it someone who is like a seer or a diviner who can influence things and guide, provide advice to the crown?
I do like the analogy. I think that idea I think is interesting, but
Mm-hmm.
as a little bit of a they're not that, but they to kind of like remain, kind of like remain in that sphere.
Mm-hmm.
They have to.
So that I Chin
Mhm,
practitioner of some sort, but not necessarily on Myoji.
yeah.
Okay. Um. Oh, I Ching. I'm. I know that there's probably a Korean name for it. I only know the
Mhm. Yeah,
Chinese
just
one.
yeah. I
But
get
if you know what the Korean is, please let me know so I can put it in.
it. Hmm.
I Ching. Gains favor with King Sunjo of the Joseon. Am I pronouncing that right? Joseon?
Yeah.
Okay. Um. Does it? Uh. Again, are they leading more towards like the diviner, or more like, I'm trying to say, is it like a more passive advisory role, or is it a more active combative role? I guess is the way we should phrase it.
I think it's going to be advisory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um. Cool. All right. And then 1861 to 18. So here's actually very. This would actually be very interesting.
Yeah, this is, yeah, the break in that time is fascinating.
So 1861, you gain. So 1861, the family gains favor, but 1864, there's a doom. But
Yeah.
there's the death of the king also in 1864.
Hmm.
Um, Joljong? Joljong?
Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah, I see it. I see it. I see the
I'm just making sure I'm trying to pronounce them
yeah,
correctly.
I'm not I am not I'm there myself, honestly.
That's good.
Yeah.
I appreciate. Look, we're making it work.
Yeah.
Um. Oh yeah. Sorry, Coldrake. The caps lock caught you.
Oh no. Fast. Oh, that's a lot of good info.
Yep. All right. So 18. So what is this? Okay. So then my next question is: we're saying that they're descended from the divine, but they're more functionally magical use casters. Are they by 1864? Who is the person who's gaining favor with the king? Or 1861? Who is the person gaining favor with the king? Is it the same practitioner from 1820, or is it a descendant?
It's probably the son, I think.
The son. Okay.
It just kind of passed the just kind of like they're probably it's that strong like magic something just kind of is passed on.
Yeah.
And they kind of like take up the position that the father had.
Okay. And is there any does the son do anything himself that's distinctive or unique in gaining this favor, or is it like the same kind of advisory role that his father was known for?
Oh, I like to think that maybe he pushed too far, I think, with the newer.
Yeah, because by 1861 they're
Yeah.
getting a lot of favor, but by 1864 the king dies and then there's the doom.
Yeah.
So is he?
How old was? Looking at the. Um,
Okay, so there's
oh, there wasn't there. It wasn't a There wasn't a designated heir when the king died.
no, there isn't. There's not a
Yeah.
descendant. Because his only child dies in infancy. And there's a rebellion in 1862 that's put down. So, like, does he do something with the rebellion? Or.
Hmm. Yeah, I think so. I think that that's the only a thing that would kind of like stunt that sort of like favor and just like just like crash it down and like grind it, I think.
Yeah, okay,
Would
so.
that he participated in one of these, or even maybe if I don't know, took a like a major role in it. Let's see, maybe.
Um. Or. It doesn't say what he died of. His cause of death is ambiguous, but there was no clear record about it. Some suggested that the cause of death could be liver disease or tuberculosis, according to existing documents. However, it's still hard to give a certain conclusion to date.
Oh.
So he was sickly as well. Like he had.
Mm-hmm.
digestive problems, chronic disease, asthma.
Oh, that's
So is this a case of like
yeah. Oh,
the favor is like providing treatment,
yeah.
and then
I think maybe there was like somehow there were like there's always suspicion around this family and trying to help the king. Just people found out, and you know what? If you're using those sort of things, who knows? If you were a particularly like valued aid, there would be people would think, you know what, there's value in keeping them sick.
so is the doom then in
And who knows, maybe like
1864? Is the
yeah,
doom then in 1864 rumors that when the king dies, rumors of because it's apparently
it might be twofold. It might be that, and it's also they find out what they are.
okay, so like the revelation about this
It
connection to being a goblin or
it
goblin.
probably it probably comes out under the probably the really intense scrutiny that comes with either the king being very sick or dying.
Yeah, so like the king dies and somebody accuses him of um harming the king and making his illness
Keeping
worse,
yeah,
or this
keeping an
treat
easily influenced, yeah, sort of like
like
yeah,
this magical treatment that you're using was the cause of the king's death,
yeah,
and it then comes out that they are there's a discovery of this relationship to the goblin, right?
yeah,
Okay. And that would be why there's this massive loss of power and influence and wealth. A bunch of people are executed. There's probably a land seizure as part of this, right? Like
mm-hmm.
just loss of
Just
massive
gone. Yeah,
reputation for the
everything's
family. And then,
yeah. It's
is is the son who's acting as the advisor slash healer here, is he executed?
I mean have to be. I don't see like I don't see the family surviving if they just go to ground.
Okay, so um just gonna
Yeah, they're going to have like he would have to.
mm-hmm. um um it comes out the the family is related to goblins and the son is executed. There we go. Lots of drama. We're building
Mm-hmm.
the drama.
Where there's
All right. So 1893. This is 50 years later. It is Gojong is he's the last king of the Joseon until 1897, and then he becomes emperor of Korea in 1897 until 1907 when he abdicates.
mm-hmm.
So Gojong um what's he doing in 1893?
I think the
Oh, the peasants are revolting.
yeah,
Peasants are
this is
revolting in 1894.
yeah. I think this is the period of like modernization, I think, for Korea. I think of being like,
Yeah.
and then
So
yeah, this is post the forced opening of borders, just 76.
yeah. So so what have we got? We've got an infrastructure boom, which gives a bonus to magic and to people. Um, with that comes into this. Is this just a really advantageous marriage? Or is this a like Coldrake is citing like Sokabi and
Hmm.
what their belief, like some people believe that they're good luck. So is this like away from the capital, away from um outside of like the influence of court? Is
Hmm.
there an instance where like this is just the local population have a greater respect, and then there's like a either a marriage or a birth that happens here that's like
I think.
benefits the magic? I don't know.
Oh, I think maybe they went overseas.
Where do they go?
Oh, I know. They probably went. I would. Ooh. Let me see if the timelines. Uh, what year is this? It is
1893.
1893.
We can tweak it a little if we want.
Uh, oh, I think they went to. This would make more sense. I think they're in Hong Kong. I think they for studies. I
Okay,
think they
so
went way. I think they went to obscurity. They probably still maintained that the education, but now it's, I guess, the borders are open. There's time to travel, and I
okay,
guess getting an education overseas, I think, is
okay,
maybe like
so the whole family moves overseas, or just a general, or just a member, certain members.
certain members, I think.
Okay, to Hong Kong, we're saying.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, excuse me. So we're saying an education in magics, right?
In general, yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit of both, I think, is.
as well as general education. Okay. Okay. So now a portion of the family is in Hong Kong.
Hmm.
What 1914 to 1918.
Ooh.
We have this capricious ruler, and the family gains a tiny boost in HOA power, a larger boost in magic, but small negatives to
Oh.
everything else. Who are they? What are they doing? What was their goal?
This one's interesting because I think because this is 1914.
Yep, 1914, World War One.
Yeah.
The Japanese are fighting against the Germans.
Oh,
So we're technically the Chinese, but we're going to suffer from colonialism from everybody else in the near future.
Yeah. Oh, this is this. Oh, this is yeah. They're not even. Yeah, this is. Oh,
So who is this eccentric ruler?
I think that they I think they were. They were probably more on the size of like appeasement for during the occupation. I think
Okay, which occupation?
Japanese. I think
Okay, so they're on the side of appeasement of.
because I think at some point they came back, but I think they got established, and I think in order to like um in their view, I guess protect their traditions, just because if they revolt, they're just going to get like destroyed. I think is maybe the thing. I think they probably took some unpopular stances.
Okay, so wait,
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. Um, were there 1914? Korea. I didn't think Korea was
It
occupied yet.
it was occupied.
Okay, well that goes with I know. Yeah. Okay, so it's been occupied since 1910. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, that
I
makes
think it's
more
just
sense.
it's one of those ones that like if we're going to like maintain what we have, we're going to, you know.
Okay, so this ruler.
Because I imagine they're probably they're now in the academic sphere, I think.
Okay, so family. So ruler is an academic who acts as an appeaser. What we want to say to Japanese imperial rule. What we're saying here then? I had the Japanese taking over Korea 5 years later. Just to show what I know. Yeah. Hong Kong is. So Hong Kong
Yeah,
is under British rule.
it's it is British.
So
they've got the British. They got.
You're gaining a British, a
Yeah,
Western
exactly.
education.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So gaining, a Western education. Yeah, it's like that's the 100-year point.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Exactly.
and what does he gain? What does this ruler, this family head, gain out of this appeasement that provides this boost in magic and power? Is it just like support from the Japanese?
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Or is it additional, like, is there an additional something magical that comes out of this that explains how they gain this boost in magic? Is like, I'm phrasing this poorly.
I like the idea that they did have like a beneficiary relationship with the the occupation, I think, powers. So they had a maybe like a decent working relationship with the Japanese government that was installed. Not going to get you points with anyone else.
Nope.
Absolutely not.
That could be
Yeah.
why they lose that reputation.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. That's what I was looking for when the reputation got a big hit. Like that would probably do it. Like if you were like
yeah, because the next in 1928 is when you have a really big drop in reputation and people. Lots of people die.
mhm,
Um. So University Challenge, British version of the Rose Bowl for the Americans in the chat, was often allowed contestants to be 5 years out in their answers. Oof. That's interesting. Um, so we know that there's this semi-divine connection to this family, that they are
mhm,
descended from these goblins.
mhm.
Um, and then 1928. Um, 1928. Uh, is the stock market crash, and okay, well, we've got um some interesting stuff going on with, Korean History Compilation Committee, which is a very classic way of let's justify our imperial overrule by saying, no, 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 you're just a colony of us and we have archaeology to prove it. Um,
Hmm.
and then we want to tweak it instead of 28, we could go to 1931.
Mm.
That there's a revolt, the anti Chinese riots. So,
Mhm.
that would be a way to have an invasion and revolt.
Yeah.
We got some riots going on.
Yeah. I think that feels appropriate for where the family is probably at this point.
Okay, so we'll tweak that to.
God, what did we lose in
You
this in that
lose a lot of power
a lot of people.
and a big chunk of reputation.
Yeah.
So what happened in this revolt? What was going on that you lost so badly in this riot that you lost so badly?
Hmm. Yeah, this feels like similar thing to the Doom, I think, in effect. Like on the similar things. So we have reputation, HOA, influence, and family, I think. Ooh.
So a lot of people die
Yeah. A lot of people
um,
died.
in these riots.
Yeah.
But like, what was going on? Was the family um, just raw? Is it a were they actively participating in either putting down those riots or participating against the the Chinese immigrant population of these riots, or are they just wrong place, wrong time? Their place of property was in the middle of the riot, and like every good riot, there has to be looters.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I think maybe like like wrong place, wrong time. I think it's just like
Okay, so the
or yeah. Or it was a time to like target for grievances, maybe is maybe what happened.
ooh, I like that idea. So during
Justifiably, because this family this portion of the family not judging by the fears not
local
great. Yeah.
population take the opportunity
That's
to attack
that's 15 years.
the
That's like 15 years of
family for their Japanese sympathies.
yeah.
Collaboration.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
I mean, to
House,
be fair, they're
nice.
collaborators at
Yeah.
this point. And this leads to death and destruction of reputation. Cool. So 1941 to 1945, are we saying that the family arrives in Savannah after World War II?
After I think World War II is
Okay,
probably
so probably say the family is newly arrived in 1945. Does the family Yeah. So favor. They gain favor. Who are they gaining favor with? I mean, the easy answer here is if they were originally collaborating with the Japanese and they're still in Korea, that they end up collaborating with the Allies against the
yeah.
Japanese.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, so they support.
That's
But who in
that's
this family? Who is this, and how do they do it?
okay. So that thing, I think it's. I think it's maybe like one of the maybe like the one of the lesser sons that made it out of that initial the revolt period, mate.
All right,
And
so a younger son.
yeah, I think it's maybe like there maybe like 3 or 4 kids, and he was maybe like the second or third.
Third son gains favor by what? Providing troop movements. Oh wait.
Oh,
Korean during
oh, I
World War
think maybe
II.
since they there is that there is that like accumulated academic knowledge, but there's also that magic knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I think they helped him with the against like Japanese magicals, maybe. My spirit.
Which is interesting because
Yeah.
because apparently a large number of Koreans volunteered.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Maybe it's one of those things. It's like that period of time was like a big stain on the family, like the 14 to like 31, that like 15 period.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be an anomaly if they start supporting the Allies.
Mm.
But I think it, or unless they're gaining favor with the Japanese.
Oh, that would be.
Because the
Oh,
family's not in the US yet.
yeah.
But then would lead to the question of why do they leave Korea and come to the United States?
Hmm. Which I forgot which one is more interesting. Oh, ooh. Yeah, I think I do like that skeleton in the closet aspect of like they left Korea, but they worked with the Japanese.
Third son gains favor by being an officer in the Japanese Imperial
Oh, that's
Army.
oh, that's oh,
And by 1941, in this game, we've established
ooh.
that part of the lore of this world is that 1941 is the point at which the supernatural can no longer hide.
Yeah.
It's
And if being academic and someone that learned, it's a good opportunity to leave
mhm.
and go someplace that
So does
that
this
knowledge is needed.
so does this third son survive the war?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
Um, okay, so then the family is newly arrived in 1945.
Mm-hmm.
So this nuclear family, right, that
Mm-hmm.
you will have, one of them is going to be this third son. So you've got at least. Actually, wait, we've got how many? You've got.
The nuclear family, so
Yeah, it's a
it's
nuclear family. So, well, but we're also saying that there might be cultural reasons why you might have more than 2.5 children.
I
Um,
I think it's on the lower end just because of the situation that they're leaving
mhm.
and the the previous
And the fact that there's,
times, yeah. It's no
World War
good.
II
Yeah.
was not good for a lot of places.
No, especially God,
So
that is
how many people survived the war
oh
to
I
come?
ooh, yeah.
So is it like the parents, this third son, and there are at least two older siblings and
Yeah.
maybe a younger sibling?
I might switch it the other way just for
Okay.
my own thing, I think.
Okay.
They work through the Alex. That's a maybe a darker situation that I really want to play a character being.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you want to have them supporting the Americans then?
Yeah, yeah, I think maybe that they're I think there's a great amount of like guilt and not,
Yeah, and I think
benefiting from it. Because
and
I think that's too close to being um like
really
a like yeah.
really dark.
Yeah,
Um,
really. That's far darker, I think, than I really want to go, I think.
then that's fair.
Yeah.
Um, so so in that case, if we want to make it that third son,
Yeah.
um, we want to keep it that third son is the one who gains the favor.
Yeah.
Um, we want to say that perhaps that third son is what we can do is say that the third son was an officer in the Japanese army, but was sending secrets to the Americans.
Hmm.
What do we think about that idea?
I think yeah.
Okay. And then that gives a reason for the whole family to be moved to the United States
Yeah.
as a reward for their
Yeah.
support of the Americans in the invasion of Japan.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that works.
And if we say that, because again, we've established that this family is an academic family, right? That they're
Hmm.
very tied and used, historically as advisors and all of these things. So what if we make him like an intelligence officer, and then
Hmm.
he's passing intelligence to the Americans that's
Yeah.
coming across his desk, right?
Hmm.
Kind of thing.
Yes, that works. That's great. Yeah, that's perfect.
So my question is, we know that previously, right? Like
Hmm.
for the last 40 years, 30 years effectively, the family has been cooperating with the Japanese to an extent.
Hmm.
Um, Probably mostly for protective purposes, but to an extent. So what is it? What happened to make this third son actively act against the Japanese in such a, well, will
Oh,
eventually be a public manner?
oh, I think it's just the nature of it. Nature of the whole occupation, the war, I think would do it. I think honestly.
Okay, so just the horrors of the war itself are just kind of pushing it. Exactly, time, troop movements, naval strength, all of this intelligence
Hmm.
coming out of the. That's really important. Um, Particularly by 44 and 45. All right, so how, like we said, this nuclear family arrives from Korea
Hmm.
into the United States. We said this third son, who was engaging in espionage and spycraft, um, is one of the members of the family who come. But how many of these members, how much of the family survives to make the move?
Um, I'll just say like you can find wife, two daughters, that sort of thing.
Okay, so not the father.
I don't think no. No,
So
absolutely not.
mother and okay, so we said it's the third son,
Yeah.
but is it really? So are there two older brothers then?
There were two other brother. I think maybe they
They died.
probably gone by now.
Oh, thank you for that raid, Tanya. Welcome in,
Thank you.
everyone coming over from Cipher of Tears' wonderful channel. How you doing? How's life going from you? It is a raid. Oh, you're playing some Zelda tonight? How's that going for you? Having some fun with that Hyrule? Hyrule is
Nice.
great. Um, but thank you for joining us. We are This is my wonderful friend Lynn. Lynn does some fabulous art that you may have seen. Also, if you know, well, thank you for that follow. I got lost and died a
Oh
lot.
no.
We're sorry for that, Tanya. Um, uh, but we are oh wait, I can um but thank you for that follow. So we are building out the wonderful Lynn, whose art you may have seen on the Rivals of Waterdeep uh, character art. Just saying that it's absolutely gorgeous. One of my favorite character art pieces was done by Lynn. My sad girl is over there. But thank you, everybody. We are building out. Lynn is the final player in the Carousel Court game that I am getting ready for. It is a Southern Gothic urban fantasy set in Savannah, Georgia, spanning from 1945 until the year 2000. Um, the wonderful Cypher Tanya was very kind last week to come and be one of the people to help me build an NPC house for this wonderful little subdivision we're calling Carousel Court as we prepare for all the shenaniganry and drama. More drama than shenaniganry, actually, probably. But yes, Lynn is our final player, and we are building out their wonderful house. And if you thank you for joining, thank you for hanging out, thank you for all of the follows, and if you wanna hang out for a little while, great, we hope you love it, enjoy this vibe and all of that good things. And if you hit the little circle underneath me or hit refresh, then it'll actually count you as a person and not just not count you at all, because Twitch is weird. But if you have to raid and run and go do some self-care, we understand. Then we'll be here next time. And if you want to check this out and want to see more about this wonderful story that we're building slowly, there's a YouTube where all of the previous episodes, including the one I did with the wonderful Tanya, is up already on over there. So back to the drama that we are building. Okay, so we're saying that the family arrives from Korea into Savannah in 1945, and that the two older sons have died in the war.
I think this is all that's left of the family. I think maybe. Dramatic.
So mom, third son, and two daughters?
Yeah.
Okay. Are the daughters older or younger?
Oh, I think they're like early teenagers, I think maybe.
Okay, so are they the same age? Or are they close in age?
They're like a year or two different, probably like 2.
Okay. Okay. So the son's gotta get married. Mom is gonna be like, "Why are you not married yet?"
Oh no, his wife, like the wife.
Oh, his wife is coming?
Yeah.
Okay, so his wife is.
I think there was a break with the family, I think.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
Wait, who all comes? I guess
just the son, his wife, and the kid, and the 2 kids.
And their 2 children.
Their 2 children. Yeah, because I think there was probably like.
Okay, so third
what
son.
What family survived is just like a break. I think there was a break.
Wife and daughter number 1 and daughter number 2.
Yes.
So are they young children still?
I'd say dramatically for the other
or you can make them teenagers, however you want to.
Teenagers, I think teenagers.
Okay. So they're teenagers. Wow, they get to experience their teen years in the 1950s in
yeah,
the US. So much fun. Oh, this is gonna be great. We're gonna get to 1949 and things are gonna get real interesting up in here. But okay, so there's a break with so we're saying that there's a break with the family.
Yeah.
And who is left behind, right?
Probably the older sister's family, I think.
Okay, so leaves behind older sister, her family, and that's it, or is what we're saying?
Yeah. Okay,
because we're saying that his parents are dead and his 2 older brothers are dead.
Yes.
Okay. And then it's the, my sister and her family and me, and okay. I like it. Yeah. I see where we're going here. Now, it is 9:38. I think this is the perfect time to take a break, stretch, fresh bio, do all of those good things, and we come back, we'll start putting some names in, getting some more details, fleshing out a little bit more of the story of these people and all of their drama. But we'll be right back, everybody. See ya in a few. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We hope you are refreshed, stretched, bioed, all those good things. Because now it is time for us to start putting names and details into this family of magical academics that are taking up residence in Carousel Court. So, I guess we should start at the very beginning, which I am told is a very good place to start. Who is this founding member of the family?
At the current time or at the very beginning?
At the very beginning, in 1820.
They were. I'm gonna be bad with names. I can't quite get names. Off the top of my head, that's gonna require a little more like
Okay, we need more
research time just
in-depth
to be.
research time to make sure we get the right ones.
Yes.
Okay.
I tend to be take a while for names in general, so that's gonna be one thing for my stuff.
Okay.
Situation.
So then, I guess the situation then becomes we want to hold off on names.
Mm-hmm.
There is a couple questions I wanted to go back to. Okay, so we said that the family went to Hong Kong to gain education in magics
Mm-hmm.
in 1893 and to gain a Western education. Is it like they sent certain, certain members of the family and then they just came back? Or were they living in Hong Kong for a period of time?
I think they're living there for a period of time.
Like a generation or...
Say like for like probably like a decade or two, I think.
So, okay, so we've got this point where the family suffers this doom in 1864.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they leave and go to Hong Kong in the 1880s, 1870s, right? Because like it's 30 years between 1864 and 1893. 29 years.
Yeah. We'll say it's a generation then, we'll say.
Okay, because it's like, because I could see like this family who suffers this doom and is publicly decried because they weren't able to save the king, and maybe they were, there's accusations or rumors of them actually participating in the death of the king, and then there's also rumors of them being unnatural beings. Like the family could have just removed themselves mostly from Korea.
I think maybe they spent some time away.
Okay.
Might have I would say maybe they changed their name as well, maybe. Definitely.
Okay. So the family moves to Hong Kong. What, like 1870?
1870, I think, yeah.
In 1870 to avoid the persecution, maybe, of the family in Korea. And so they're probably there like 1870 to at least 1890, And then they come back. When do they return?
I think 1890 is probably a good time to be established before the major
so like say if we say that what if we say that they come back in 1897 because that's when the king becomes the emperor? Right, that would be a good, I think, transition point. A major change like that would be considered a good point to like.
Yeah, and enough time to become like reestablished.
Um, so, and we're saying that they're going to change their name, that change the family name, right?
Mm-hmm.
During time in Hong Kong. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Um, okay. So, my next question is this eccentric ruler, right?
Mm-hmm.
In World War One.
Yeah.
Um, are they the same? Because if we say the family is returning in 1897, then it's only been 17 years.
I think it would have to be the same individual, I
Okay,
think.
so he's the one who brings the family back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense. And because of this, like bringing the family back, they had this infrastructure build up. This individual was a, positive force, and then World War I
Resistance.
happens,
Yeah.
and the Japanese invasion, and now it looks this individual. I'm using he, I guess, is probably
Yeah, it's
because
I think it's gonna mostly be he
yeah,
throughout this entire, just the way that
or whether
power
that
passes, you know.
power passes and how that's
Mm-hmm.
discussed and things. Um,
I mean, it's probably gonna change with probably the generation that post our first one.
yeah,
I mean, post the when we start, so that'd be
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. So okay, so this all works. Um, do they move the family back to the same location in Korea?
No, I don't. I think it's reestablished it like it is
Okay.
kind of from just burned down, whatever roots the family had. That's no good for starting from scratch a little bit,
Okay, so then we could I mean would it
because
be
it's like you don't want to be too close to the baggage, possibly.
also, people might look similar, family.
Hmm.
So, we have this big boost in magic, right? Like this massive boost in magic when you come back.
Hmm.
Um Also part of the infrastructure, you travel to Hong Kong, you're spending time there, you're gaining magical learning, but then you also come back to Korea and you've moved to this new location. Is this new location better for the magical practices that the family engages in?
I think it is. I think yeah, beneficial. Yeah,
Okay, so we'll figure out where exactly.
because we never quite like the magic's always the most stable thing in here. It's not like we lose it in any of these things.
Yeah,
Everything else gets beaten to hell. But
the only time you lose any magic is with that doom and
yeah,
probably with that execution, probably, I would say.
yeah, the execution probably.
And leaving, and if you choose to leave that family territory, and then you gain this larger bun. So like the new territory is perhaps better for magic, maybe.
Hmm.
Um. Okay. How religiously involved is the family? Like we know that they're advisors, we know that they're magically inclined, we know that there's a lot of things going on with that. Um. Are they? We know that they're academics. Are they also like priestly in any way?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
What about both?
Okay. Like this academic, I like this, an academic kind of priestly family that uses magic and is kind of tied to this um um like divine heritage, right? Is what we're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or this. Okay. Okay. I'm liking this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 1931,
Mm-hmm.
the anti-Chinese riots lose a big, massive loss of reputation, but also a large loss of life here, right? You
Mm-hmm.
go from being
Yeah, so we lose, yeah, the HOA
yeah, you
influence, people, and reputation. So those are all.
so um who all died, but it's only 10 years before World War II starts, right?
Yeah.
Um so who all of the family dies? Is this where like the parents of this third son die, or is it like a couple of his older brothers die here, or are they going to die in World War One? Like, who, how is the family?
I I like it if that takes out like a majority of the family.
Okay, so
I do like the idea of like this the current head of the house kind of being on their own effectively.
yeah, except for that older sister that we left behind in Korea.
Yeah.
Cool. So like the parents, two older brothers, and anyone else.
It's probably like it might have been even like there's probably some aunts and uncles in there somewhere, close.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that the way that the dice, like pretty like it's a it's almost like all of them probably. It's the highest that dice can get.
So let's go ahead and say, you know, some cousins, uncles,
Yeah.
um, etc. Extended clan
Mm-hmm.
die in the targeted attacks. Um, is this a case where like everybody dies at once and like like somebody burns the family
Yeah, I
home?
think it's probably fairly quick or like yeah. It's not like it's over like a period of like a couple years. It's like probably like within a week or so like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 1931. So
Okay,
I
so
guess maybe that like it could work in the way that I'm thinking that he was the third son was away at school, was, out,
yeah, so if we say
like call like, higher learning sort of
so
period because that fits in because he's 20 something.
yeah, if he's 20 in 1931, then he's 30 in 1940.
Yeah.
I think that's a good age to be
Yeah, it's a good
married.
age. And then by that point, it's like,
Well, I mean, we need him to be a
35.
little bit older because he's got two teenage daughters, right?
Yeah, 30, yeah, 30, yeah, like 30,
So
40,
maybe 35.
35. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that age.
So he's 35. He's 35 in 1945 is what we're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So he's born in 1910.
Mm-hmm.
Is he the son or grandson of this eccentric ruler?
I think grandson, I think.
Okay. Okay, that makes
20, no,
sense.
20. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it in my head, like what the.
Born in 1910.
Yeah.
You know, playing with numbers, it's great. Lynn, I don't think Lynn has this youngest house. I think
I think it's close. I think
it's
lots of people rolled fairly
close.
high.
No, you have yours is the same age as Pooja.
Oh,
Um,
what was it? Is it Lindy that has the oldest house?
no.
Ah,
I think it's well, Lindy is
15.
1526,
Yeah, look at that's the one day I remember. It's like,
and then Pope. Yeah, Pope is the oldest that goes to 1497, and that's the same age that Greg's is.
yeah,
The NBC house that
see
Greg
Greg's.
built.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, so I would say then. Okay, so we are figuring out how people are related. Okay, so large numbers of people die, and then that also gives a reason why this third son, who, when the family is traditionally supported, at least appeased the Japanese, decides to go their own way and pass intelligence to the Americans during the war. Okay, I'm liking this. I'm seeing where this is going. Um,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, around the what was it? The for the war they would have been drafted in 44.
Mm-hmm. Unless they volunteered earlier, but I don't think that they
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
Okay. Intrigue. Yes, much intrigue. All right. I'm seeing this house coming together. So, is there anything else you can think of that we need?
Hmm.
Aside from names, but we said we would
Ah,
come back to names.
I think, yeah, I guess my character would be the head of the household would be in trying to figure out what their place
In Savannah is?
in Savannah is. Yeah.
Well, okay, so we know that they're an academic.
Hmm.
We know that there's like what type of academic are they before they get involved in what's the word I'm looking for? In passing intelligence information to the Americans. All of these good things. But would it be
Oh,
because we've had this family mentioned as like they're I Ching or some derivative thereof practitioners. There's this level of advisory positions that they engage in. They have there's the college Savannah College of Art and Design, SCAD.
hmm.
Um, um 1945. Georgia colleges in 1945. There's Atlantic State University. That was founded in 1935. In 1935, in Savannah. There's the Savannah State University, and was founded in 1890, which will be Georgia State College, eventually. And then SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design. So how old is SCAD? Oh, and Savannah State University, but that is an HBC. And I don't think our Korean family are teaching at an HBC. HBC, unless they are.
I kind of like the idea that like the study kind of takes the bent of like kind of like there's a like a natural kind of like being as magically inclined as they are, and the amount of like match the academic, maybe that aspect is what they're, and it maybe will be kind of like able to kind of like jump a little bit to that since all these like types of people are starting to like have been kind of like become public, that's that sort of study.
Okay, so it's yeah, and SCAD isn't founded until 1978.
Yeah.
So they're engaging in study of the other supernatural that they experience. Is that it? What I'm getting?
Yeah.
Okay. So
and it's probably, I mean, it's also probably like one of those new fields that opens up.
I have a question.
Around, yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
We know that the family arrives in Savannah at the facilitation of the American Army. Is this individual working on a government grant?
Oh, that might be interesting. Yeah. Ooh. That would be interesting.
Right? Like they want to engage with this new form of study because for them it's something that's interesting, and it ties into their historical practices, but at the same time the government trust them. They're from the government. Excuse me. Did fund their return to Savannah out of Korea, and yeah, so I don't know that it's secret research so much as government funded research.
Yeah. That could be interesting.
Like, is there secret research to go with the regular government funded grants, or is it just government granted?
Who knows, really?
Yeah, we'll have to find out. That could be something really to find out. All right.
I mean, brand new field to study that can be. Who knows? Who knows? Grants can be used for all sorts of things. Also, that might be something that interesting, being as this subdivision, the quality of it having this many of like, magical peoples here.
Well, isn't that great that the Carousel Court is intentionally marketing
Yeah.
to supernatural, which is why it's also going to end up being the first integrated neighborhood in Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, will. So, ooh,
Oh,
I like
that's
this. Did oh wait? Did he buy the house on the GI Bill?
I think so. Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Hmm.
ooh, I like it. I like it. It's gonna make 1950 real interesting.
Yeah.
Depending on if we keep the history going the same way.
Yeah.
Large events are probably going to stay the same. Maybe.
Hmm. Oh, that's interesting. I do like the way that there's like some way that like there's well, to acknowledge that the subdivision, this whole like thing goes well,
Yeah. So is this a push from the government for this cultural experiment to go well, or is the government concerned about this cultural experiment,
Oh, it could hmm. Can be
or
yeah.
is it there are parties that are interested in the
I imagine it's probably all over the place, honestly. And I
okay?
think being someone that's maybe a little privy to like knowing how like all over the place it is, it's like extra it's pressure.
I like this. I like this a lot. It's a drama. Drama.
This
Okay.
person's like, no drama, don't start. Don't start stuff. There's gonna be lots of drama anyways. I'm gonna enjoy it.
Oh no, there's gonna be lots of drama.
Yeah, I mean, as a teenager, he's gonna be like stressed all the time.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
There's all
there's
sorts of stuff. Yeah,
yeah, there's a bunch
there's
of government.
curses.
There's
There's curses every.
curses. There's curses. There's dryads. There are were sand
The word,
tiger
yeah,
sharks.
the word sand tiger sharks are the.
Some of the more interesting. There's a whole bunch of fallen angels hanging around.
Yeah,
There's a family of vampires.
yeah.
There's a
How old? Oh God, how old were the vampire?
the
I know the kids.
the Lindy's.
Yeah.
So Lindy's the Magdalena's twins
Mm-hmm.
are Oliver and Oliver and Opal are
They're slightly older, right?
they're just going
College.
to cut like they're 17, 18
Yeah.
in 1945.
Yeah.
I think is
Oh,
yeah.
interesting.
So
Cool.
they're a few years older, but not much. And then I have a bunch of dryads that I still need to give their family name to. You know, dryads.
Yeah.
And then
There's a Faye. There's a Faye. Big Faye family, right?
oh yeah, the Lafayettes I still have to
Lafayette's,
finish.
yeah.
Uh I still have to finish half of their family history.
That Pope's house isn't the top.
No. I did all the rolls. Pope's house is mathematically at the top.
Damn,
Um,
yeah. Holy
it just mathematically is. But the Lafayettes are real close.
mm-hmm.
And then you've got the cursed as fuck house
Mm-hmm.
from Elaine. Wait.
I was gonna study this house. Why is it so cursed? Why are they so cursed?
Yeah. And then Arvandus is not horribly cursed, mostly cursed.
Degrees of cursed. I mean,
And then there's the degree of curse that came with Greg's family.
oh boy.
And then there's the degree
I
of
feel
curse
still.
that
I feel
PB's
yet to.
got going.
God.
Savannah is a hotbed of hot fae.
This is gonna be just
Yes. Yes.
God.
All right.
Wild.
I
Hell
think that's
yeah.
everything we need for right now.
Yeah.
Well,
Cool. That is that. I'm excited. This is great.
this will be great, and I cannot wait to find out more. Um, but do your spiel. Tell the fine people on the internet where they can find you, Lynn. And don't forget you can drop links in chat.
Yeah. Oh wow. Hey everyone, I'm Lynn. Gremlin art pretty much everywhere. There. You can find my art and can also find me on Saturdays on Water DM for Birth and New Gods Scion game where I get to play a Kitsune Godling who is honestly trying her best with very little guidance she's been given. I think we've done okay. We've managed to, you know, maybe turn enemies to allies. We'll see.
But will
They
they
already betrayed us once. Yeah, they already
stay?
there. We took them Disneyland and then they betrayed us, and now we've taken them back again. Hopefully it's this time. And we did make them cry and cry a bunch last time when we just talked to them. So hopefully it'll stick this time. But yeah, catch me there and should have some new art stuff coming up fairly soon. So I keep an eye out.
Yes, keep an eye out for Lynn's beautiful, beautiful art. It is absolutely gorgeous and firmly recommend. As for me, hey y'all, you know me. I'm at Deirdre Donlin on Twitter, or Praxagorithesmiaphoria as you see me around here on Twitch, or Prax the Bard over on Hive. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you, Tanya, for that wonderful raid. Thank you. If this is the first time for joining us, thank you for being here. If you want to catch more of this kind of house building stuff and preparation work that we've been doing for Carousel Court, you can check it out over on YouTube. All of it's in nice little neat playlists. So is the recently completed, after 5 seasons and 2.5 years of story and drama, Witcher Roads Home. We just finished season 2 of A Song of Agapia's Fortune. Lynn is also in that, playing one of the most interesting glamour bards ever. And you can check both of those out over on that playlist, on that YouTube. Sorry. And if you like what we're doing here, and you want to give me some support on that, I have a Ko-Fi, and all of it goes to getting art and hardware and everything to just improve the quality of the stream and everything else that's going around over here. But you should also know that not this week. Check my Twitter, because in the next couple of weeks we are back with solo sessions / the beginning of season 3 of Vampire the Masquerade Montreal by Night over on Wandering DM's channel, where it is hashtag not the Ravnos' fault. It is not the Ravnos' fault. Everything that's gone wrong in this city is not the Ravnos' fault. Right now. And then I will also probably be doing a couple of little pop-up streams. We will get to see the beginning and premiere of Carousel Court in the beginning of June, and then we'll have 6 weeks of beautiful story to go for the first 2 decades of this fun times that we'll have. But other than that, keep your eye out on Twitter, because I was supposed to where I'm going to be in the fun, wonderful, fabulous people that I get to hang out with and tell stories with. Thank you, Crit. But we should raid. And why don't we go ahead and raid over to Cybernation Uncensored. They are playing Cyborg tonight. Great people. Send them some love. send them some cheer, and we'll catch you next time, everybody. Bye bye.